All right, problem 4, 8 millimeters, grams, and seconds. Part origin is located at the center and at the rib, or at the top of the cutout. This is a part that we've done quite a bit from the technical drawing books. Let's line, center line, circles, extrude boss, cuts, fillets, chamfers, and the rib is the addition, is centered and 8 millimeters um, high. So we'll use the rib command because we can. Um, what is it? Centered on the lower circular holes. So the 13 or 18 millimeters off of the edge. All right, so that makes sense. All right, so new millimeter. We can start on the front plane, and we're going to make symmetry. So center line, vertical, infinite length. Let's see. This is an optional problem for our assignments. All right, so I'm just going to sketch this out. If you are more comfortable with the geometry, let's see, that one's vertical. If you're more comfortable sketching some of the geometry and then adding the dimension, that's fine. That will certainly work. So we're given 155. The overall length then is 190. And then the opening is 55. All right, so notice that with the D, everything we select now is going to be in diametral until we hit escape. And then the rib is 12, and I don't really want the midpoint. I try not to select midpoints. So that was 12 with an off the base of 28. And an overall height. Let's see, we have to the center circle 40 and 16. Oh, and after I did all of that, I still didn't get the relation. So let's get rid of that coincident relation. And I really needed to start the sketch there, which skews it a little bit, but not too bad. All right, so our height then for this guy's 12. So when it does strange things, we're just going to work through it. Mainly the strange thing is that I did the drag. And 18. All right, so we're getting there. 58 to the top. All right, so yeah, I guess that that looks perspective. So if I go right to left, it's going to get the center line with the crossing, and we can mirror those entities. All right, 18, 12, 12. That all looks pretty good. So we are going to extrude midplane, and the distance is 50. All right, so the hole location then becomes 40. Well, let's do the holes for the side first. Yeah, we'll go ahead and draw in the center line. Now, even though these are not continuous faces, they are on the same plane, and as long as they are on the same plane, it won't create any major issues. It's if one of these gets a little thicker, a little thinner, that we would end up with geometry that doesn't quite complete. All right, so diameter of 15, 18 off of the vertical, and that one's 25, 155 between. All right, so 155, and then we can go ahead and extrude the cut, and through all is fine, so it makes those cuts. Let's see the hole then. Let's go with the circle. And then we have a couple of choices. I think this is another one of those places where we have the potential. Oh, and I grabbed the wrong one, so let's hit escape. We'll go back in, make sure that I'm picking the right center point. But we have the potential for zero thickness geometry because making this tangent. So if I had made this 59 and left geometry, well, this would still be open geometry. So that is a different sketch. So let's do that as an open and see if it works. So let's just concentrate on the circle, and we'll go to vertical. We have a diameter of 16. Oh, that was right, 16, and a distance from the top of 40. All right, and this is going to be an extrude cut, and go to through all both. And really all through all both is doing is activate direction 2 as a through all as well. All right, so we have that in place. Let's go ahead and open up the sketch. All right, so I didn't necessarily have to do through all both there. I was thinking I was on the right plane. It didn't bark at me for not having geometry out there to cut. So if it does give you nothing to, I don't remember exactly the error, but if it gives you an error that is, cannot terminate feature, then just turn off the direction 2 and make sure the through all is going the right way. All right, so let's do this, and we're going to go tangent. All right, and because of the center point, we already have the 40. I am extrude cut, and it's showing the direction. So I didn't close this off, and it's showing the side to cut and the direction to cut. So I said don't necessarily need direction 2, doesn't seem to be hurting anything, and it did it. All right, so there are times where we just want to be aware of the potential or the possibility that zero thickness that it can occur. So let's go with a rib. So the rib will probably work better on the bottom face, and we're going to create a line, and it is centered on the circles. So we know that that's 18. Probably not going to get the point there, but if I'm gonna very rarely get to use a point, so I can make those coincident. So we can use that as a construction point to align to the circles and say that this rib is always going to be aligned with that geometry. So now we have to find the rib. Probably not. Oh yeah, features. It is showing up, so it has the geometry, but we don't use it that often, or at least in my line of work, we don't use it that often, but it is handy when it comes up. All right, now our 80 was a little wide, so let's try 8. The thickness then is to one side, both sides, and the other side. So we do want this to be symmetric. The extrusion direction, let's see, parallel to sketch or normal to sketch. All right, so that changes our little arrow to be going that way. And then it is linear, and we go ahead and hit OK, and it fills in. How is that any different than drawing a rectangle and dimensioning and putting the midpoint relations? Not much, but it does introduce the rib feature as a tool that is available to use. All right, so the last one are the chamfers. It is not a symmetric chamfer. So that means we're going to go distance and distance. Now, distance and distance, asymmetric is probably going to create a problem on at least one of these. So let's go ahead and see what we get, and if it skews, no, that did pretty good. But we do want to make sure to check, because this could have just as easily become the 25 and this the 20 on that side. So if not, then we have to double check our directions. I think that's all of the geometry. I'm not seeing anything else. So our number is 258, 631. Let's go ahead and save. 4-8. Evaluate mass properties, and we have 258, 630 and some change, so 258, 631. All right, we'll take that.